folks. Welcome to Calvin's Got Game. I'm Calvin.
I'm Lewis.
And today we're doing our light, medium, and heavy push your luck games. I couldn't remember which games it was. But we're going to do our light, medium, and heavy push your luck games. We're going to tell you what games we think or that we enjoy playing that are light, medium, and heavy. Before we do that, you guys hit the subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. Share this video, like it, push us up on that ranking to where people can see us more. We'd appreciate that. And if there's any games that you believe in this push your luck category are lightweight, that you enjoy, medium or heavy, put it in the comments and let us know. Or if you like some of the games that we've mentioned, let us know. We'd appreciate it. So, before we get started, I'll tell you how I made my list. I went to BGG. I put in the weight of the game that I wanted. You know, the range. Our lightweight is from 0 to 2. Our medium is 2.1 to 3. And our heavy is 3.1 to 5. So I put those in those category, and I look at all the games, and I pick the game that I enjoy playing the most, or that I think would be great for light. It may not be my favorite game, but it may be a game that I think can get a lot of people to the table to play, and it's easy to play and teach. So that's kind of what I did with the light. And the medium, same. And the heavyweight, they're not always going to be easy to teach sometimes, and they're not always easy to play, but I try to pick some that I think are easy.
And the way I did it, basically the same thing as Calvin did. BGG, put the weight, and then just go down. It doesn't matter if I own it or not, if I played it, made it on my list. Then I see which one probably would I enjoy teaching how to play. And of course, as it got higher, I always do a in-house rule for the folks can enjoy it more, especially the heavier games.
Yeah.
Because the heavier games are more strategic, and you need a little bit more process. And especially if somebody is brand new to board gaming, you want to give them a chance to enjoy it.
They can be confusing. I mean, I remember when I first started, looking at the new modern board games. I was used to what was in the stores, the mass market. When you look at some of the boxes of these games, you're going, wow, I don't understand nothing about that game. How could it be fun? You're reading on the back, oh, you're trading in the Mediterranean, you're buying goods and stuff. And then, and you're like, how could I ever figure that out? And then you find somebody that can teach you the game, or you learn about it on a YouTube channel. Or you read the rules and you go, this isn't so complicated.
Yeah.
I could do this. But anyway, well, I'm going to go first with my light game. We'll go ahead and get started. My lightweight push your luck game is Incan Gold. It's 1.11. That's the weight. It's by Eagle Griffin Games. 2005 game. 3 to 8 players. Plays a lot of folks. It's about 30 minutes to play, and it's ranked 863 on BGG. Now, Incan Gold, you're going through a temple. In each section of the temple, you have 5 sections. You're going to explore the temple. As you have a deck of cards with some traps and things in them, hazards that are going to come up. So as you go through, you'll turn up a card. If the card has jewels on it, depending on the number of jewels, you divide it out amongst all the players evenly. And if there's anything left over, it goes on the card. And then everybody decides whether they're going to stay or go back to their tent. If they go back to their tent and they're the only one to do that, they'll take any of the gems or diamonds or whatever they are that's left on the card and go back to their tent, and they put their jewels in the tent. They get to keep them. They're safe. Everybody that's going on keeps their jewels outside of the tent because they haven't made it safely back to their tent. If a hazard gets drawn, it's okay. It's when 2 hazards of the same type get drawn, that's when everybody loses their stuff. So it's a pressure luck game of how far are you going to go and how many gems are you going to get before you decide to get out. It's a fun game. It's easy. All you have to do is make one decision. Am I going to stay or am I going to go? That's it. And once you decide to go, you're out for that round, but you can come back in when we explore the next part of the temple. So it's a lot of fun. Incan Gold is fantastic. It plays up to 8 people, so it's a larger game to play. and it doesn't slow down because everybody's doing the same thing at the same time. So it's a lot of fun, enjoyable. My favorite light game is Incan Gold.
My favorite light game is a 2021 game. It is Glow. I think you have played this already with it. Publisher Boom Bikes, I believe. 2 to 4 players, about 45 minutes to play. And weight, it is actually 2.03. Right under.
Right under.
Yeah, right under. I know, I looked at it going, ooh, just right under.
Right under the wire.
It is a really push your luck game there. You get to pick a character, and you get a certain 2 dice to use, and those are your dice to keep. Then there's a board. There's cards under these boards. You get to pick your cards, and each card there's a big old pool of dice. We roll, and each card have certain amount of dice, or might be no dice. Might be a little token to get you re-roll, or little footsteps to move ahead somewhere. Then you get those dice, you roll them, and you get to distribute them where you want to go or how to use them. Now, you might have something that, you know what, I need to re-roll. And you can re-roll it if you have one of those re-roll tokens.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't and you really want to re-roll, you can give up points. Everybody starts with 10 points on the board. And if you really want to re-roll, you give up some points and move yourself back and re-roll. And that second re-roll, you got what you needed. Well, then you
hopefully.
Hopefully. If you do, you keep going. However, as you get going and higher on the point track, you can still re-roll, but you're going to go further and further back. So do you want that extra chance to go or not? And then your cards you get, there's little rewards on the bottom. Some will give you re-rolls, some will give you footprints that you need to use to enter a little encampment. Some gives you points at the end of the game, or will make you lose points. Let's say these dice that you got from one card, you need it, but if you get, let's say, 3 fires, you lose this card.
Right.
So you got to be really careful which cards you get. Push your luck in the cards, and re-roll, and might be you get to lose 2 of your cards. If you ever lose all your cards, which I have never encountered that yet,
I've never done that.
you are out of the game, and you sit there and do nothing.
Yeah, bad time for everybody. No.
It is a major push your luck game in several ways. But the artwork, the one thing I will say, the artwork for me and my wife is very beautiful. Very beautiful artwork. It's more of an ink-like artwork. And as soon as you master the board game on one end, flip it over and do a different game. It's a double-sided board game and 2 different games in one right there. But yes, my light game is Glow, which comes in as 2.03.
Yeah, Lewis got that one in under the wire. I like Glow too, and I think the artwork is very interesting as well. It's like sketch art.
Yes, sketch art.
It's black and white, not a lot of color. There's only some splash of color on certain things, which gives the game a little bit of a pop, and I enjoy it. So if you don't like the artwork, don't care. A lot of people don't. People call it ugly. I don't think it's ugly. I think it was an interesting choice, for sure. In a world where we have a lot of beautiful colored, games with a lot of color and pop and this, that, and the other. But I think they did a great job with that game. All right, my medium weight game for Push Your Luck is Clank the Adventure Deck Building Adventure game. It's a 2.23. It's by Renegade Games, 2016. 2 to 4 players, takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play, and it's ranked 82 on BGG. Now, Clank, a deck building adventure. It says deck building in the deal, but it is Push Your Luck because you are trying to go down into a dungeon, and you're trying to get treasure. You're trying to get the most treasure before you wake up the dragon. right, in this dungeon or cave or whatever it is. There's one in space as well where you wake up the alien. But you are deck building, but you're pushing your luck on how far you want to go down, how deep do you want to go in there to get a treasure and get out. Because if somebody leaves, it awakens the dragon or the alien or whatever's coming. And so if you're way down in there and you can't get out, then you'll lose the game if you don't get back. So I find the game very interesting. I've seen it to where somebody, will wait till somebody's way down deep, and then somebody will go, I'm going to snatch this small little treasure and pop out at the very top. And now you've got to try to get yourself out before the dragon catches you. It is a lot of fun. It is mainly deck building, but the push your luck aspect of the game is there. And some of you may argue with me about it being push your luck, but I truly believe it is. And that's why it's my medium weight game.
My medium weight game is, I had this in my top 100. And I said I would never mention it again. Guess what? I'm mentioning it again.
Here it is, folks. Again, of course,
Yeah.
It's hard not to mention games you truly love.
Yes. Well, this one not so much to love, but it is a push your luck game.
Okay.
It is Rescuing Robin Hood, a 2021 game. Castillo's Games publisher. 1 through 5 players, 60 to 90 minutes to play. It is a 2.18 on the weight.
So you get under the wire on the first one. Now you're just barely over the wire on this
Yes.
one. All right. Whatever.
My opinion should have been higher because Christine from Three Sons Unlimited, her and I played it. We had to get somebody else to play it because they just don't give you enough to really easily defeat the sheriff of Nottingham. You are one member of of the Merry Man. Robin got captured. He's imprisoned.
So I would be Friar Tuck.
No fire truck. You have to find him.
Oh.
Yeah. You are betting of getting characters, and you use their abilities, but you have to see which ones you're going to get to actually help you along the game, because there's some ones that give you certain intelligence, certain brawn, certain I forgot what's the other one, but as you go on in the game, they play off of each other. Because you might need so much of certain brawn to defeat these 3 soldiers. Or you need some intelligence to defeat these 3 soldiers. So every turn you are trying to defeat a level of soldiers. There are 3 levels. You get through those 3, you go to the next level. And it gets harder and harder on doing this. I think it took me and Christine about 3-4 times before we defeated it, because you got to see how can you do this. Push your luck on, hopefully when you turn these soldiers over, because they'll turn face down. You don't know how tough they are.
Right.
You might find the first 2, easy. Okay, I'm going to use this card and this card to defeat this one and this one. Then you turn over the third one, done. That one is the toughest one. I should have saved this card for him, not used it early, and it throws your whole game off. Excuse me. It is a cooperative game, but even with cooperative, it is a very difficult game. My opinion, some folks I've read online said, I beat this easily. I played it solo, and I had no problems. I'm going, okay, what did you do wrong?
Yeah.
What did you do wrong?
Or what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. Oh, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
Yes, correct. But it is a difficult game, my opinion, because I'm thinking what to do, and it's just not adding up to defeat all the soldiers, then defeat the wall. You have to bring down the wall in the final round. Then after defeat the wall, bring down the wall, or the gate. I think it's a gate.
Okay.
Then you have to defeat the sheriff. Then as you use up your cards, you can reuse them.
Hmm.
Yes.
So do you get more cards, acquire them as you go?
Yes, you go.
Oh, okay.
But eventually, if you're by yourself, going 3 rounds,
Mm-hmm.
then have to defeat the gate.
Oh, you won't have enough cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes.
So you have to kind of take your time, I guess, is pushing your luck. You push your luck just a certain amount, and then you let the next player push their luck, and then you kind of go, maybe it's you're trying to move too fast, Lewis. Maybe. I'm just saying. All right. What? I haven't played that game. I'd like to. I haven't played it. Heavyweight game. Now, I don't have a heavyweight game for push your luck because there are some that they said on BGG that were push your luck. I didn't feel like the mechanics were push your luck. I thought there were more other things. They did say push your luck in there, but I did not put them on my list. So I do not have a heavy game for push your luck. Most of your push your luck games are pretty light, and there's a reason for that because it's supposed to be fun and light and whatever. So, Lewis, I believe you have a heavyweight game.
I do have a heavyweight game on the heavy and just above the heavy. And I see why my wife types everything for me because she wants me to get it right. And I know why she put this one in. Okay. So I'm changing my heavyweight
Okay.
to this one.
Okay.
It is The Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Okay.
It is a 2021 game, Chex Games Edition. I think I said that right.
Yes.
1 to 4 players, 30 to 120 minutes to play. It is ranked in the weight category 3.12. Lost Ruin of Arnak, which you have played. You're trying to get your 2 little meeples to get stuff for you. And on the base, it is not a push your luck game on the surface. But as you go on and play it, you're going to either save your material until you need it or start moving up this little track on the side. Because as you move up, you cannot have your notebook cannot go higher than your magnifying glass. And as you go higher, you get benefits. But if you only focus on that, you're missing out points defeating monsters.
Right. Which is in the push your luck kind of thing with the game.
Yes. And the monsters is, do you have enough material to defeat this monster? Are you buying the cards you need? Because the cards are coming out. And you might see a card, I'm going to get that later. However, you might be pushing your luck on waiting on that card. Somebody else might go in, I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
So there is aspects of push your luck, and depending how you play the game. I know there's some folks that heavy plays on the track and lightly play on the monsters. There's some people I see heavy play on the monsters and don't worry about the track at all.
Yeah.
And they only worry about the monsters and getting the cards they want. So it is, depending how you see it, it can be, in my opinion, a push your luck game on that. Because it just depending on the individuals you play with. Individually, when you play the solo part, which I have not played since I don't own the game, I can say how it is on the solo.
Yeah.
But on competitive, you have to worry about these track because you lose a lot on that. But you can't worry too much. You gotta push your luck evenly on this. So my heavyweight push your luck is Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Lost Ruins of Arnak is good, and there is a little bit of push your luck aspect in that. I wouldn't call it the main mechanic in push your luck, and that's your opinion. I would say that's like more work for placement, like we were talking about.
Yes.
But you know what? There is a little bit of push your luck to it, and I can see that. And if BGG says there's some push your luck in it, by all means, that's it. So. Not that BGG is end all be all, but we try to follow what BGG says so that if anybody says, that's not this, well, BGG does classify it as that. I have seen where people focus on getting a lot of the cards and the monsters and a little bit of the track because you can earn points off of cards and you can earn quite a bit of points off of killing monsters.
Yes.
So it's a game to where you strategize yourself into doing a little bit of both, and I think you'll come out really well. And there's different strategies, so
Yes.
pick the one you like and hit it, right?
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's our light, medium, and heavyweight push your luck games. Do you agree with our selections? Do you think that what we chose was push your luck? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll take any of them. We appreciate the nice ones, but I also understand that some people may not agree with us, and that's fine. But that's our push your luck games. We're going to be doing our Halloween one coming up about our horror games that we enjoy. We'll do 5 each and give you a top 10 of those. We may have some crossover. Don't know. It's a possibility. But be looking forward to that. Anything you need to add, Lewis, or
Not
push
right
out?
now. Not right now, but I will be doing an individual game, which I'm going to get with you about that.
All
I think next week.
Cool.
About one of the versions of Wingspan,
Right.
and doing it away with making it for new players for them to understand Wingspan mechanics without actually being left out or feel not noticed in it.
Okay. Cool. I look forward to that. Guys, I appreciate you watching the channel. Appreciate your comments. We do enjoy them, and I do respond to them, and I do acknowledge them here on the channel. Like I always say, get a board game to the table, spend time with your friends, your family, and I thank you for watching Calvin's Guide Game.